Across the world, there are places so ancient, so mysterious, and so dangerous that no one is allowed to enter them. Some are sealed by governments, some are protected by religion, and some are surrounded by legends so dark that even getting close feels wrong. But they all have one thing in common. They seem to hold secrets. Humanity still isn't ready to uncover underground cities buried for centuries. Caves that fight back when we step inside. Mountains no human has ever climbed. And a vault quietly waiting for the end of the world. These are 5 forbidden ancient sites no one can enter, and the unsettling mysteries they hide. High in the Himalayas, rising above the clouds at over 6,600 meters, stands Mount Kailash, a near perfectly shaped peak that almost looks designed, not formed. Its 4 faces line up almost exactly with the cardinal directions. From its slopes, 4 of Asia's great rivers are born. To billions of people, this is not just a mountain. It is the spiritual center of the world. And yet, no human has ever stood on its summit. Not because it can't be climbed, but because no one is allowed to. Hindus believe Kailash is the home of Shiva Buddhists. See it as the cosmic axis, the pillar that connects heaven and earth. Local legends say anyone who tries to reach the top will die or go mad before they get there. In the 20th century, famous climbers requested permission to attempt the ascent. The Chinese government quietly refused. A few who tried to approach on their own reported the same strange things: sudden storms, violent winds appearing from nowhere, compasses that spun uselessly, and an overwhelming feeling that they were being watched. Some pilgrims claim that walking a full circle around the mountain, a journey that should take days, felt like it took only a few hours, as if time itself is distorted around Kailash. Geologists still argue over its unusual shape. Mystics call it a built mountain, an ancient monument the size of a peak. Maybe it's just a mountain wrapped in myth. Or maybe there's a reason no one is meant to stand on its summit. Because whatever Kailash really is, it was never meant to be touched by human hands. In 1940, 4 teenagers exploring a forest in southwestern France squeezed through a hole in the ground and crawled straight into prehistory. On the walls of Lascaux cave, they found hundreds of paintings: horses, bulls, deer, bison, painted with motion, shading, and perspective that looked shockingly modern. These images are over 17,000 years old, long before writing, long before cities. Yet the artists already understood anatomy, composition, even storytelling. When the cave opened to the public, thousands of visitors flooded in each year. Flashlights, cameras, warm breath, moisture. And with them, something else woke up: black mold. And pale fungal blooms began to spread across the walls. The ancient pigments started to fade and peel. The microclimate inside the cave, stable for millennia, was destroyed in a few decades. Scientists soon realized humans were killing the paintings simply by being there. By the 1960s, the damage was so severe that the French government made a drastic choice. Lascaux was sealed. Today, the real cave is off limits. Only a tiny number of specialists are allowed inside, for just minutes at a time, wearing full protective gear. The public visits Lascaux 2 and 3, perfect replicas built nearby. Most people never realize they're not seeing the original. Deep underground, the true Lascaux now exists in silence. A fragile world of ancient art and living microbes that can no longer survive direct contact with us. It's almost as if the cave itself decided it had seen enough of humanity and closed its doors. Everyone recognizes the great Sphinx of Giza, the massive stone guardian with the body of a lion and the head of a king. But the real questions aren't about what we see on the surface. They're about what lies underneath. For centuries, legends spoke of hidden rooms beneath the Sphinx. Ancient writers called it a gateway to a hall of records, a secret library containing the lost history of humanity. For a long time, this sounded like pure myth. Then, in the late 20th century, seismic studies and ground-penetrating radar scans revealed something unexpected. There are cavities beneath the Sphinx rectangular, geometric chambers, some connected by narrow tunnels. One chamber around 12 meters below the surface drew particular interest. A team of researchers requested permission to drill a small shaft and lower a camera. The request was denied. Officially, to protect the monument. Unofficially, no one really knows. Permits were withdrawn. Access around the Sphinx became more restricted. Reports about the underground chambers largely vanished from mainstream discussion. Today, only small maintenance shafts are reachable. The deeper tunnels, sealed doors, and main chambers remain closed. Their contents known only to a handful of officials, if anyone at all. Maybe there's nothing inside. Maybe it's just rock and sand. Or maybe those legends were right. And beneath the oldest guardian of Egypt lies a version of history we're not ready to see. In Cappadocia, central Turkey, the landscape looks alien. Soft volcanic rock carved into strange towers, caves, and cones. But the strangest part of Cappadocia isn't above ground, it's below it. In 1963, during a simple home renovation, a man broke through a wall in his basement and discovered a hidden passage. That passage led to tunnels. Those tunnels led to rooms. He had accidentally rediscovered Derinkuyu, a massive underground city reaching 18 stories deep. Derinkuyu has everything a community would need: kitchens, storage rooms, churches, stables, wells, even a ventilation system so advanced that fresh air reaches the deepest levels. At its peak, it could shelter around 20,000 people. No one knows exactly who built it, or when, or what they were hiding from. Today, visitors can walk through some of the upper levels. Narrow corridors, low ceilings, carved stone rooms, but they only see a fraction of the city. The lowest levels, the deepest parts of Derinkuyu, are closed off. Passages are blocked by massive circular stones. Tunnels become too tight, too unstable, too dangerous to enter. Early explorers who went further down reported feeling intense anxiety and disorientation. Some said the silence itself felt heavy. Others turned back without ever reaching the bottom. Officially, the deepest areas are sealed for safety reasons. Unofficially, they remain a blank space on the map. Were these lower-level storage, a last refuge, something more? Whatever lies in the darkest parts of Derinkuyu stays there, hidden beneath layers of rock, fear, and forgotten history. Far to the north, on a remote Arctic island, a concrete wedge juts out from the side of a frozen mountain. At night, a pale blue light glows above its entrance. This is the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, known by many as the Doomsday Vault. It's not ancient in age, but its purpose is ancient. Survival inside, carved into permafrost and reinforced with thick concrete and steel, are shelves holding more than 1 million seed samples from nearly every country on Earth. Wheat, rice, corn, beans, wild grasses. If something happened to global agriculture, this vault is supposed to contain the backup copy of life. It's designed to withstand rising seas, earthquakes, power outages, wars, even nuclear strikes. Even if the world went dark, the permafrost alone would keep it frozen. For a long time. But what makes it truly unsettling is how little access there is. Only a tiny number of employees ever go inside the main storage chambers. Journalists are stopped at the outer sections. Even governments that send seeds in cannot just walk in and browse the vault. Officially, it's about security and preservation. Unofficially, it has sparked endless theories. Some believe the vault already contains genetic experiments and modified seeds not yet meant for the public. Others think it's part of a quiet plan B for a disaster that's already expected, a reset button for whoever survives. The truth is probably more practical, but the symbolism is hard to ignore. On a cold, distant island, in a mountain with no windows, humanity has built a locked box for the day everything fails. And until that day comes, no one really knows what's waiting in the dark. From a mountain no one may climb, to a cave that collapses under our presence, from sealed tunnels under the Sphinx, to a hidden city underground, to a vault built for a disaster that hasn't happened yet. These places are forbidden, but not forgotten. Maybe some doors are closed to protect the past. Maybe others are closed to protect the future. Either way, the same question hangs over all of them. What would really happen if we opened them? And perhaps the scariest thought isn't what we'd find, but why someone wanted it hidden in the first place.